Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this Madden 22 defensive tips, a video breakdown, want to take a look at how to get easy A-gap heat from a linebacker or a safety. And what I'm about to show you, you can either do this with a linebacker or you can do it with the safety. And it's something I've shown before where you can do it with a nose tackle, but now I'm going to show you how to do it with a linebacker or a safety, where you can get that A-gap pressure pretty consistently. So let's go ahead and take a look at the defense that we're going to run this from. It's going to be out of the nickel 3-3-5 wide. The name of the defense is one of the more popular ones from this particular formation. It's called 3 Sam Will Blitz. This one features 3 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 defensive backs. The coverage type is zone. The coverage shell is cover 3. The blitz type is zone blitz. The gap pressure is C, and the pass rushers are 5. And finally, the pass defenders are 6. For the first setup that I want to show out of the nickel 3-3-5 wide 3 Sam Will Blitz, as far as bringing pressure either from a linebacker or from a safety, is this one right here. And the first thing you want to do is go ahead and slant the defensive line to the outside, such as you see on your screen. Next, take control of the nose tackle. You want to go ahead and put him in a hook curl to the right there as you look at it. And then you're going to take control of the middle linebacker here. And you just want to bring him somewhere up in this area here. And then you're just going to go ahead and hot route him into QB spy. Now, before the snap, a lot of times I won't hold down anything. I might hold down the right trigger, such as this. If I'm holding down the right trigger, then I have to release the right trigger once the ball is snapped, and then press back down the right trigger and go after the quarterback. And the reason I do that is because I need him to drop about a yard back, and that way I make sure that the center is going to slide over to the right. So let's just go ahead and snap this and we'll see what happens. And then you're just going to come up right up the gut and get the pressure on the quarterback. It's pretty simple as far as with that setup, as far as bringing the pressure there. If you got, in this case, you also saw Parsons coming in from the left side of the screen. If you got somebody like him who's an elite pass rusher, it makes it that much better. Let's go ahead and look at this in instant replay. As I've already mentioned, pretty simple setup as far as bringing the pressure on the quarterback. So what you're doing here is you're looking to get this guy right here through the A-gap. Again, this is going to be this linebacker that I'm in control of. Remember, he's in QB spy right now. Right now, he's supposed to be in QB spy. What we're looking for is for this guy right here, this center, to go ahead and look to block towards the right. Now, you guys, if you guys remember a couple other video breakdowns I've shown where you can get the nose tackle in pretty quick and get pressure. The difference between a nose tackle, obviously, even if you put a defensive end at the nose tackle spot, is the speed ratings are considerably different. And the faster you can get pressure, obviously, the better chance of getting to the quarterback. So this is kind of the same idea, except now we're doing it with the linebacker, or we can do it with the safety, which we'll get to here in just a second, as far as with this video breakdown. So right there, you kind of see how he kind of stands up for just a second. So I'm not holding down that, what I was doing before the snap, I was actually holding down the right trigger, but then I released it right here. I'm releasing the right trigger. Then I'm pressing back on the right trigger, and then I'm going after the quarterback. Now, I was a little bit late as far as pressing that right trigger, but you can see right there is what I was trying to do is go ahead and get this guy over here to block to the right. And that's what he's doing, the center. And once he does that, then a lot of times I can get through and get pressure on the quarterback. Now, as I said earlier, if you got an elite pass rusher on the outside, such as Parsons, then that makes it that much more effective. And that's the reason I didn't put Parsons in the middle, is because I wanted to use his pass rush abilities to give me an extra pass rusher coming from the outside. Now, if I wanted to, I could put Parsons in the middle linebacker spot and do the same thing, but then I may not get that outside pressure. That's really the main difference that I was trying to do there with the defensive setup that I'm showing you as far as with this blitz. So again, the setup is simple. You go ahead and slant the defensive line to the out. You want to go ahead and put this guy, this is the nose tackle. You want to go ahead and put him in a hook curl to the right, such as you see on your screen. And then you just want to go ahead and bring the linebacker down into the A-gap somewhere in this area here. Make sure you go ahead and put him in QB spy. If you're like me and you like to hold down the right trigger to see your play art before the snap, make sure you release it once the ball is snapped and then press it back down a split second later. So let's go ahead and do the same thing right here. Release it, and then you're just going to come right up the gut and get pressure on the quarterback. That's the setup there. It's pretty simple as far as bringing that A-gap pressure from a linebacker, in this case the middle linebacker, who will shoot through the A-gap and get pressure on the quarterback. I've already shown how to get pressure from a linebacker, in this case the middle linebacker, where he shoots through the A-gap. Now we can do the same setup, but this time we can get pressure with the safety. And to do that, we just want to go into the substitution menu here. Let's go ahead and go right back into it. Go into the substitution menu and find a fast safety. In this case, we'll bring Hooker in. He's at an 89 speed, so I definitely know I can get to the quarterback rather quick with him. So I'm going to go ahead and call this particular play again, the nickel 3-3-5 wide, 3 Sam Will blitz. Keep in mind now the safety's in at the middle linebacker spot. And then the rest of the way, it's pretty much the same thing. You just go ahead and slant the defensive line to the outside. You go ahead and put the nose tackle in a hook curl to the right as you look at your screen. You go ahead and bring Hooker up here into the A-gap, or the safety, whoever it might be, bring him up into the A-gap. Just remember, once the ball is snapped, you got to release the right trigger if you're in the play art. If you're not in the play art, then it doesn't matter because you're kind of zoomed in like I am right now. So let's go ahead and snap it. Once that guy goes over the center, then you can go right after the quarterback and get pressure. One of the things I will remind you guys of, if you do come after the quarterback with a safety in this particular blitz, don't try to hit stick him or try to do that type of tackle. Just go ahead and hit the X button or the square button. Just make a normal tackle. Don't do anything funny, because if you try to do that, he's probably not going to get the pressure on the quarterback. So again, the same setup right here. You go ahead and bring him up here, and then you just bring him down in the gap. Now, I will tell you, on occasion, that center may not look to go block to the right side. He may end up blocking the safety. And if he does that, then a lot of times you still might get pressure off the edge. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. This time I'm going to go ahead and hold down the right trigger while I'm in the play art, such as you see. I'm going to go ahead and release it. As long as that center goes over, then I know I can get that pressure on the quarterback, such as I just shown on the screen. So that's really it, guys, as far as this setup is concerned, as far as bringing pressure on a quarterback, either from a linebacker or from a safety. These two particular setups are very nice because they do a pretty nice job at getting you that A-gap pressure. And yet, if you got, in our case, what I showed earlier with Parsons bringing off that pressure from the outside, if you got an elite pass rusher, that even makes it that much more effective, because you might end up getting double pressure. Hey Madden gamers, if you enjoy this Madden video or any other video, please subscribe to the Madden Guides YouTube channel. And as always, thanks for watching and for your support.